Hey guys! So I'm going to start off describing a short conversation I had with another YouTube user. It was a very friendly, civil conversation. This person was a Muslim. I'll tell you how it started. Okay, so somehow I stumbled upon this video where the guy was basically promoting Islam and saying, don't judge it by how the people act, but judge it by what they believe, and the religion itself, basically. You judge it by the religion, not by the religious, which I thought, okay, that's a fair offer. So I thought it was an okay presentation of the guy's ideas, and I made a comment on the video saying, that's fair, but as long as the very most basic principle of the religion is that there is a God, then I'm going to have trouble believing in it because I haven't seen any evidence of any God. So after a short while, I got another response from the person I had the discussion with, and I'm not going to give out the username. You could probably dig it up if you really wanted to, but no reason to really. It was a perfectly civil discussion. But the person was determined to convince me that Allah existed and that being Muslim was the right way to go. And he made that apparent. He said, I'm not going to stop until I convince you. And I thought that was awesome. You know, this isn't just going to be some quick conversation. He's going to try his best to convince me. So I was like, great, I like your determination. What do you got? And so he mentioned a couple ideas and pointed me to a couple videos of somebody else making some points for how the Quran was written by Allah. And I was like, okay. The first video he pointed me to was this guy, and I'll put links to everything in the description. But it was a guy basically pointing to some scripture in the Quran that has the phrase, "We sent down the iron." That's the only part they care about, is "we sent down the iron." So I was like, okay, I'll watch the video. And in this video, what they do is they splice in this phrase and its context in the Quran with a show by the Discovery Channel where they show the formation of the earth and how it had its iron core being formed, and they kept posting "we sent down the iron" on there. And basically it was trying to say, see, this is evidence that the Quran was written by a God. It's proof because it says "we sent down the iron" and the earth was formed with iron. And I was just like, okay, they had iron when the Quran was being written, so then to say God sent the iron and put it together with some footage of the earth being formed, that's not any evidence that the iron was sent down by anybody. It's just, hey, we have this iron, God sent the iron, now let's show the earth being formed with iron. It doesn't really connect in any way. Another thing they said that I was pointed to by this person was that in the Quran it mentions that it's difficult to breathe when you, I don't remember how exactly it's worded in the Quran, but when you get to high altitudes or when you try to reach the sky or something like that, it's hard to breathe. And the point they made was, how could they have known this way back then if we didn't have airplanes? And at this point I'm having trouble taking this guy seriously because they had mountains. The Himalayas are right there. They're in Pakistan and Afghanistan. So you don't need airplanes to figure out that if you start going up too high, it's harder to breathe. So the guy showed me a few more videos with what he thought was evidence, and then I kept saying, no, it's not evidence. There's no reason to believe that that is evidence of a God. But anyway, so basically we got down to, okay, he was like, okay, fine. Well, what do you think happened then? Who created us? Who created everything? And I was just like, well, I don't know that it's a who. I don't know that anybody did it. I don't know. I don't have the answer. I don't know was my answer. I don't know. And he couldn't accept that. That wasn't good enough. He was like, come on, use your brain. I don't know. You can't just say I don't know. And I think that's the point where it was like, I think this is the end of the discussion, because I'm okay with not having the answer. But like a lot of people, this person was not okay with not having the answer. And I think that's really what attracts a lot of people to religion. And the general spectrum of things, people are really smart. I mean, you might look at the general population of people and think, okay, people are dumb. But if you compare us to like termites, we're really smart, right? But our problem is that we have all these emotions that get the better of us, and we're so gullible. I just feel like we can't be tricked that easy. We can't be so easily led to believe stuff like this. Like, this is your evidence that there is a creator of the universe and he cares about you. This is all it takes. Like, okay, I'm going to write a book and say that I put oxygen on the earth, and then I'm going to show you a video of how the earth's atmosphere formed and splice it in with me saying that I put the oxygen there. That's not evidence that I created the earth or the atmosphere or anything. So anyway, it was kind of a coincidence, because right before this conversation took place, I was thinking about making a video shouting out to Muslims, because I know all about Christianity, but I don't know a whole lot about Islam. So I was gonna say, okay, Muslims, what do you got? But so far what I've seen has not impressed me at all. But there are still other religions that I don't know a lot about, and I mean, generally I think, okay, out of all the religions, none of them are probably right, but I like to call myself agnostic, so I don't shut something out unless I know about it. So there are still, I mean, there's tons of religions, but ones that specifically I don't know a lot about are Hinduism and Buddhism. I'm especially interested in Buddhism just because of what I've heard some Buddhists say about, they're not atheists, they're not theists. So I'm like, well, how can you be neither? Anyway, I don't know a lot about either of those, and I've subscribed to a few Hindu and Buddhist channels, but they haven't really taught me anything. The videos have been difficult to watch. So if you're Hindu or Buddhist, or you know some of them that might have something better to offer than what I've been offered so far from Muslims, send them my way. I'd be interested in learning about it. Chances are I'm not going to buy into it, but I'm still interested. So anyway, people are smart. We shouldn't let ourselves get tricked so easily into believing something just because we want answers. People like to have answers, but that doesn't mean they're available to us. Religion is convenient in that it says this is the answer, so people like that. That doesn't mean it's true. There are a lot of religions I don't know about, and I would be interested in learning more about them. Thank you very much for listening to me. Have a nice day.